Hey you guys, it's me, Rachel here with Senza Cane Corso. So I'm at Home Depot with Kubrick, good boy, aka Kubo. And he's, almost 5 months old now. He's pretty dang close to it. I'm turning 5 months old this month. And I wanted to get you guys some video of him and his progress on how he's doing in public. It's not uncommon for puppies when they hit the 4-month mark to start going through fear stages. He did not do that, but but they can hit later. And so sometimes it doesn't hit at all. Mad Mortigan never went through one. But I did just want to kind of see how he's doing and really kind of get the normal. Hi there.
Aren't you cute?
Thank you. Oh, sweet boy. Almost 5 months old now.
Look at you. Look at you. You are very pretty.
Thank you.
Is Mom trying to teach you something?
Yeah, he's socializing. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. So, looks like he's still good to go in the socialization department. As you can see, he was kind of a little nervous, but he did the play bow and wiggled around and was playful, and everything was fine. And I think that is a pretty normal response from a Corso that's been socialized the way that he has. I don't socialize all of my dogs the way that I socialized him. And so he's going to be better than some of my other dogs. One of the things that I did with this dog is I kept him with me. I didn't put him out. I treated him more like a pet. And that's because I wanted him to be really good with people, because I want to show him. And so I wanted there to be no question about his ability to go in the ring like there was with Hefe, whom I didn't train the same way.
Whoever cut your ears did a great job.
Oh, thank you. So anyway, so he handled that very well. So because he's been socialized so much from a young age, and whenever I put my dogs out, which is what I did with Hefe, and not just that, but I always had him out with another dog. I never really had him out by himself. And so he had a very close bond with the majority of my dogs. Like, he was very bonded to my dogs and to the pack. And he loved me and knew me, but I wasn't his point of comfort. And so because of that, whenever I would take him out and work with him, he just wasn't bonded to me as well. And so he didn't take any solace from me either, or any comfort from me, I should say. And so whenever we would go out in public, he would get insecure, which is normal for Corso. They can do that. They can go through fear stages. But it was harder because he wasn't bonded to me. And so but if I took him out with other dogs, he would be totally fine and he would act totally normal, and it would not be a problem at all. So it was very situational. But and that's how you know that it's not like a genetic temperament thing, is whenever you can whenever it's conditional, right? So a dog that has a genuine temperament problem is not going to act normal with other dogs around. They're going to act insecure no matter who's with them in those situations. So anyway, just something to think about. But I want to show you guys this video, and I want to be very clear. I'm not hating on the person who uploaded this video or anything like that. We breed different, not and I'm not saying this guy's a breeder, but what I will say is that we believe in two different dogs. I'm pretty sure that he has American lines because he did post a dog. He did post a dog. I think he's got it in his bio or whatever, like the name of a kennel, and I looked at their dogs and they have American lines. And I've talked about the difference, but I've told you guys before about how there are people in this breed who believe that the dog should be aggressive, and it's just basically proof of that. And the reason why I wanted to show you guys that, or show you guys him and how he's doing, look at that structure. The reason why I wanted to show you guys is because I wanted you to see that that is not true for all Corso. It is true, and I appreciate his honesty in that. It is true for a lot of American Corso. They absolutely are like that. And so, like I said, I don't want to seem hateful or anything like that. He's only being honest about the way that those dogs are bred and the way that they behave. The only thing I would say is that it is not true for all Cane Corso. It is true for American Corso, a lot of American, and when I say American, what I mean are American lines. Okay, not American bred, American lines, because there are plenty of people breeding Corso in America that don't have those lines. They have European bred dogs, and so it's not a criticism, but there is a difference, and it's important to know what you're buying so that you know what you're getting. And so if you don't want a dog that's going to be aggressive with strangers and lunge at people and kind of act up, then you're going to want to make sure that you buy European. And if you do want to do a dog that is very aggressive and reactive, then you're going to want to buy American. And and so and those are distinct differences, right? Because they're distinctly different dogs. So here I'll show you guys the clip here of the video.
So this is Dolce, like Dolce & Gabbana. She's a 5-month-old Corso, and just watch what she naturally does when I walk up. 5 months old. Why are you so angry? See, and she doesn't even back down either. Super protective breed. Super protective, and they do not back down. Most dogs will back down when you apply pressure. These ones don't. They will come after you. 5 months, no protection training. They just want to kill you. But they are great with the people they love, and they're great with the people that they want to defend. But you get too close, and they will eat you. It's a good girl, Dolce. Good girl.
Okay, so now that you've seen that, and you've seen how Kubrick acted whenever he was exposed to people, we have some stuff going on. He's a little bit unsure about it. And I will say, one of the things that I've noticed is, and that's why I was kind of curious to see how he would react, because his protection instincts have definitely turned on more. Those of you that have been watching his development, you can tell that he's a lot more alert right now than he normally is. Normally he's a lot more carefree, more like a puppy, but he's absolutely watching everything. So I want to be clear that just because he's not lunging at people and he's not acting aggressively, it really does not mean that he is not also equally capable of protecting me and providing, good boy, and providing efficient and effective protection. Okay, and I think that's an important distinction, is that these dogs are just as capable of being protective without all of the extra, extra stuff. So now that you've seen that and you've seen this dog, I also want to, include the translation for the temperament description that I got. Some of you that are watching me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, you know that I had recently posted that I was looking for somebody to translate a passage in a book that I had received that is written by the Italians about the Cane Corso. And so I did get that translation, and I do want, pardon me, I do want to include that for you guys, but I got to get home and I got to print it out because it's on my phone, and so I can't just read it to you while I'm on my phone. So I'll do that now. Okay, you guys, I'm home. I was going to just print it out, but I'm out of ink and my printer sucks because it won't, I'm out of like colored ink, but it won't print and it's lame. So here's the translation. The original text, I thought about putting it up here, but honestly it's in Italian and it doesn't really do anything because I can't read Italian. I'm not going to try to butcher it. But what I will tell you is that you can see the picture that I, and all that on Instagram. You can see it's like a picture of a Corso and then there's like text over it. So anyway, I'm going to read this for you. And he says, can you explain the character of the Cane Corso? And this is an interview that is being conducted in the book. And so he says, can you explain the character of the Cane Corso? And he says, I can say that I never found subjects that were aggressive or difficult to handle. To the contrary of some who define the Corso as a dangerous dog. The occasional scuffle between males, but nothing much really. As soon as they were called, they came back immediately and were very composed. The Corso is always a guardian and aware to unusual things, but never aggressive at all. I'll give you 2 anecdotes. A son of Boulogne, whose owner was a baker that lived near Verona, was a tireless guardian of the house and the bakery. His owner would let him loose while he was away, since the property was fairly large. One day, the baker and his whole family went to a ceremony and left the dog loose so that he could better patrol the perimeter of the house. It was about 9 a.m. During the day, I'm not sure about what time, a client entered the private property, believing the store to be open, and entered the rear storage room. The Corso let him enter, but as soon as he stepped inside, the Corso blocked him, cutting off every avenue of escape. That evening at about 5 p.m., the baker and his family came home and found the Corso still blocking the man in the room, but not having touched a hair on his head. Another more recent case saw a Cane Corso as the main character with a thief as a non-willing sparring partner who had entered another private property. The dog, once aware of the thief, blocked him inside without hurting him at all, but cutting off every avenue of escape. The owners were able to call the Carabinieri, parliamentary police, and everything concluded in the best way possible. One thing I've often noted is the joy owners of the Cane Corso feel, both for the Corso's balanced personality and because they hardly ever cause any problems. Often I hear it said that with children, that children consider the Corso their toy because he is so playful. I'm convinced that whoever gets a Corso will be hard-pressed to ever change breeds, and otherwise, in other words, for me, it is a very special dog. So I think that text goes along with exactly what we saw out of Kubrick in the store. He was definitely alert. He was looking around. He was aware of everything, but he was in no way being aggressive with anyone. I think that this correlates with my experience. This text does correlate with my experience with Corso of European descent. I will say that the gentleman who had the TikTok, and his experience, his description of the temperament of his Cane Corso, or of the dogs that he works with, is accurate as well. I did purchase an American bred Corso named Seneca. You guys may very well remember her. And she was very much like that. I did not like that temperament. I thought that it was a nuisance, a liability, and unpredictable. And I didn't like it at all. So different strokes for different folks, but this is the character of the European, which I would consider to be the true real Cane Corso. The American stock are Corso in name only. They may have some mixing, but they are Even by the most recent scientific study, they could not be scientifically grouped as the same breed. So regardless of what people feel, that is the facts of the matter. But I'm not here to hate on the other individual for his beliefs. Like I said, he's being honest with people, and I appreciate that. I like it whenever somebody's at least honest. A lot of breeders will try to basically claim that their dogs are not aggressive, that they're not like that, and it's simply not true. And so I really am glad to see somebody up there talking about what those dogs are like and really giving an example of how aggressive they can be. As long as you know that and you're aware of it and that's what you're looking for, and you keep the public and the dog safe, then, you know, that's between you and your people. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.